This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Sup everyone, this is Woken Apple here. Today's topic I want to be talking about is people who rather throw away their happiness and deal with a dead-end job. We all know those people who would rather sacrifice all of the things that they love just so they could commit their life to work. These are the same people that would argue with you day and night that at least I'm grinding, at least I'm making money, but you're not happy. There's nothing worse than settling for a job that you're just getting by with, especially if it's below minimum wage. As I've gotten older, I realized more of the value in money and making money. And of course, to me, God comes first before all that. Because materialistic possessions turns to dust and burns at the end of the day. They're all materialistic items. They don't have a spirit or a soul. There's no life that got in it. Okay? There's no life that comes with money. It's replaceable. Okay? Just like the thumbnail that you see here with this man here. Do you see yourself being this man in your 50s, your 60s? Job searching, job hunting, getting pissed off. So many people would rather settle with a dead-end job and be committed to their boss because their boss is their boss. You better not leave that job or else I'm going to leak that information online. Some bosses do those type of stuff. They make you feel bad for trying to leave or put in a 2 weeks notice. They say that they can't find anybody else when they can. And there's some companies that could easily replace you that don't care. And they already let you know that it's real. But there's some people that's like, you know what, I'm just going to settle with this job because this is the only job that I know. And that's the issue. At the same time, many people could say to me, well, that's good. It's more competition. It's less competition. It's less competition in the competitive market when it comes down to higher paying jobs, which is correct. The less competitive nature in the working environment when you want to aim for a career level work position, you're going to have competition. Every higher paying job I've noticed, the competition has increased. The more money that the companies for the job positions are offering, the more competition there's going to be. I was on Indeed the other day, applying for jobs, looking around, browsing, because I like to always get something better than what I'm doing. Why would I want to send myself backwards so I could struggle? And there's a lot of people that is addicted to struggling. There's people that has no problem with the government taking care of their booty or behind. But then these are the same people that will hate on you. They will complain that they don't have money for this or that. They complain that they can't even buy any Air Jordans. They complain that there's certain stuff that they can't buy, certain stuff that they can't do. But then they don't want to give up Section 8. They don't want to give up the things that the government gives them. They don't want to give up all the free stuff and all the free handouts. Once the government takes care of you with everything, you're set for life. All you got to do is just sit there in prison and take care of your behind, and you're basically just settling. You're You're not even living your life. You're just breathing. You're just existing. That's a better way to put it. You just exist. You're just there. You're taking up more food supplies, resources. You're not living your life. You're only feeding yourself to live. There's a difference. Same with a job versus a career. Why do you think so many people has more respect for people that are career driven and has a career? That they could say, I don't have a job, I have a career. That lets people know that, oh crap, this man did what he had to do to get by and get to where he's supposed to be. It's not only about, he knew this guy, he got by like this is what he did. In some cases, of course, people were able to get by like that. They knew the right people. They were able to get lucky by finding the right people that'll put them on, that'll hire them. The job market is always going to be competitive. And people needs that type of push in order to succeed and not always settle. If you're willing to settle, then you're willing to just give up. Failure is not an option, but to many people, failure is an option because many people aren't built to want to make it. I see people who are in their 40s and 50s who are depressed. Their soul is dead inside. They don't have any drive to actually do more than what they're doing right now. And it's scary. This world is very, very, very scary. And the reason why I'm saying is this, why I'm saying this is that I've known and talked to people that was in this position. You bring up what you're doing, they get all depressed. They feel down with themselves. They get quiet. They try to change the topic or they just stop talking to you. And the job that I'm working at right now, there are people who's been with the company for over 20 years, 30 years. And it's like they complain about a lot of parts of the job, but they chose to settle there because they had nothing else to offer to any other organization, to any other company. This is why it's so important for people to build their skills while they're young. I'm in my late 20s. It's better to do more than to show more. Because if you do less and you do the bare minimum, most jobs and companies, especially if you want higher paying positions, they're not going to take you seriously. So a lot of people feel like, well, they're not going to take me seriously. Let me just settle with the job that I'm at and live like a bum. Who wants to live like that? Nobody wants to live like that. Nobody wants to live like that. Living paycheck to paycheck. Nobody. Most people can't even answer this question when you ask them this when they're working as a waiter or working at a dead-end job. That's not going to have any career advancements ahead in their lives. You ask them this one question. Are you happy where you're at? Not your home, not your apartment, but are you happy where your life is right now? Are you happy? Is this the job that you really wanted? Does this really make you happy? Are you successful? Are you proud to say that you're a such and such worker? Most people's not proud to say that I work at McDonald's. I work at Old Navy. I work at Kmart. I work at a corner store, at a bodega, at a warehouse. Seriously? The reason why I'm talking like this is to give advice. I learned the hard way. I was like this guy here. because I settled for less. And I sacrificed my own happiness and I put others before my own happiness. And I've realized I have to be real with myself. I want to move on. I want to explore. I want to live life. But in order to have the quality of life, I need the right resources. And God willing, I'm able to make it. I have the hands, I have the mindset, I have the drive. I just need the ambition to do it, to make it, to believe that I could do it. And I'm going to be real with you guys. I was a high school dropout. And guess what? I turned my life around. I got my GED. And it didn't take long either. Because I had the ambition and drive to want it. I wanted that GED. And I got it. I changed and turned my life around. And I'm in my late 20s today. I'm proud to say that I made it. I got something that could get me by. The next steps is to getting higher paying jobs, getting the qualification skills, and let life take me to where I want to be. I'm not settling for a dead-end job, to let that job be my dead-end job. And the reason why I'm saying dead-end job is those type of jobs that has no career advancement available. You're getting paid about 12 or less an hour. Not 15 plus, 25 plus an hour. Who wants to get by struggling and thinking that everything is all good? Oh, we don't have enough money to go to the movies this week. We don't have enough money for this. We don't have enough income to even travel. Now that I look back at it, I don't want to settle for a job that does not make me happy. Those bosses and the people that we're working under when you're at those minimum wage jobs, they have their life together. They have their career. The owner of McDonald's, Burger King, they're good. They're living in mansions. They're living in nice houses. Some has a simple house and they have a lot of money. They have the success and the riches and they're good. They're settled. They could be comfortable because they know that they'll always have the money for certain things. Their bracket is a lot higher on things they could do in life. Life is too short to be wasting your time and your youth settling with a dead-end job just because, they make 13, 14, 15 an hour. And in some cases, bravo if you even make past that point. But some jobs is not even worth the money. There are some jobs that will have you work your behind off to make about $10 to $11 an hour, and you're supposed to be getting paid way more than that. A lot more and way more that people are doing. They should get paid a lot more, depending on the position, because it all varies from state to state. Okay, minimum wage jobs weren't made to cover your daily needs. It's only used mainly to get by. Unless you're living in upstate or you're living with your parents or something, that's completely different. Many people feels that when they're living with their parents or a relative, their relative is like a safety net. Especially your parents, because we all know those parents that thinks it's fine for their kids to mooch off of them, save their money and do what they have to do, which I have no issue on. It only comes to a point where they're being taken advantage of. Once that safety net is gone, you're on your own. There's no place to start over, or I have to go back, I have to settle for less. No, you have to move forward. You have to grow. You're making $12 an hour, go for $13 an hour. You're making $13 an hour right now, go for $14 an hour. You want more, and it's not just about money. You have to be career driven and have passion in what you really want to do. What might work for others might not work for you. I've accepted this and realized this myself. Certain jobs is not for me. And if certain jobs is not for me and it doesn't work out, hey, It's no losses to my bosses and my coworkers. It's no losses to anybody. They have to understand people moves on. People wants better. People that are settling right now, they cannot lie in my face and say that I don't want more money or I don't want more or much better for my life. You can't be serious. They don't look happy. Just like the guy in the thumbnail right here. This is how they look. What kind of life is that? I want more. I don't want to settle. That's why I'm always going to be a job-oriented, career-driven individual. Everyone in the end of the day wants better. My happiness, my future, it all goes on me. Nobody's going to hold your hand. You cannot always go the easy route because everybody wants the easy way out of the problems instead of finding a solution and facing their problems. You don't want to fail. But if you fail, at least you tried. Keep going. Find a way. Tomorrow's another day. Repeat the process. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Keep pushing. I wish there's times that I want to give up, but I realize, why do I need to force myself to go to a job that I don't even like? I don't want to be here for the rest of my life. I want better. I want a career. I want to be able to travel. Not settle and always depend on the government to take care of me. And every year depend on taxes. And when taxes seasons go, most of the cases and most of the time, the money may go. Because we already know there's a lot of people that only looks forward to taxes and tax season because that's the only time they'll have a lot of money in their hand. And they just blow all the money over. They just blow all the money away. And they got nothing left. And they're living back paycheck to paycheck, being broke and being bums. I do not want to live like that. You're settling. And once a lot of people settle and they're very comfortable, they complain, they get bitter, they start to be envious of their friends. They say that they didn't deserve this career, they don't deserve to have that nice car, the nice house, when you could get it too. You don't have to settle. You don't have to sacrifice your happiness for another company and people who you think really cares about you or need you when they don't really need you like that. You think if they could find better, they won't replace you? It happened to me. This is the real world. You don't want to be replaceable? Get more skills. Volunteer for certain companies and certain jobs. Do more to polish your resume. Get more and do more. A lot of people thinks that if you don't have many qualification skills, then you can make it. No. In some cases, that may be true. But in most cases, the more skills you have, especially if you know those skills hold a lot of value, do something with them where you could learn more in different jobs and work environments. Because now these days, colleges is not going to tell you all these type of things. They're not going to tell you in real life that you need a certain amount of years of experience with certain companies if you want to make a lot more. And a lot of companies may say, hey, we want, we're going to train the right person, or the right person will be trained, no experience as necessary, entry level positions. Look, they have their target and their minds on the people that has the qualification skills and that could offer a lot more than what you have. This is why more career-driven people I respect the most. I respect them. They acquired the skills. They were smart. They didn't have a lot of job gaps, because that definitely looks bad on your resume. Most companies will question that. Do not settle for less. and complain and get jealous and envious of other people, that's when you know you're not happy with yourself. You're not happy where you're at, your position with your position. You want to live comfortably, not struggle. There's a difference, especially in having a job versus having a career. I cannot see myself not having a career when I'm in my 40s. I've always prayed to God to do better. I want to make it. I want what other people has. I have to work for it, just like them. Bust my behind. Do what I have to do, no matter what it takes. There's different paths and things that I could do as long as I'm happy in the position that I'm at. Because most people are not even compassionate about the certain jobs that they have, and they're still not happy. They could be making $25 to $30 an hour, and they're still settling with the jobs just because it pays the bills. Where there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of those people still does the bare minimum because there's no passion in the job. This is just like people who is a nurse, who is in the medical industry, doctors. There's people who are assholes to the patients. They don't want to deal with the patients, but they want the money in the process. You get where I'm coming from, right, guys? Don't let the job that you have or career that you have be a dead-end job. And don't ever settle for less. Always be thankful for what you have, because a lot of things that you have, other people will want. You want more, then do better. Do better for yourself. This is Woken Up here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.